Hello, everybody, and welcome to Real Madrid Hub. I am your host, Eric Rivera, and this is your spot for all things Real Madrid news here on YouTube. So I wanted to talk about an interesting piece that I was reading in Diario Madridista, which is part of Diario in Spain. And it talks about how Jose Mourinho, coach right now of Tottenham Hotspur in London, and the former coach of Real Madrid, has, in a lot of ways, they're saying that he has definitely taken Bale off of his list of players that he is putting any trust in. Now, we've heard already that Gareth Bale hasn't looked good when he's played in Tottenham, that Tottenham are not interested in him, that they're not interested in renewing him. And for me, it's crazy to think that, Gareth Bale was a fantastic player, I feel like. I think at this point we can definitely say was a fantastic player. He gave a lot of things to Madrid. And his only downfall, aside from, yes, the injury situation, is that his attitude or his work ethic, I guess, seems to be very questionable in the sense that it doesn't seem like Gareth Bale has much of an interest of playing football anymore other than, getting paid to be a former football player. He, as you know, he is still an employee, per se, of Real Madrid. He is on loan at Tottenham Hotspur, and I guess the whole idea of sending him to Tottenham Hotspur was sending him to a club where he felt a kinship with, or felt where he was quote-unquote home, as that was where he played before coming to Real Madrid. But it seems like Mourinho, and I think Tottenham as a whole, is no longer interested in the Welshman's services, as during the game against West Bromwich Albion over the weekend, the game really was pretty much, I think, done and dusted after the 58th minute when Heung-min Son scored. And I guess to add insult to injury, or to kind of show the world that he was no longer interested in the Welshman, Mourinho brought on, in the 90th minute, to replace Son, brought on Dane Scarlett instead of Gareth Bale. Now, who's Dane Scarlett? Well, Dane Scarlett is a 16-year-old player from Tottenham, from the club, that is part of the youth project of the club. Essentially, Mourinho preferred to give Dane Scarlett, a 16-year-old, some minutes more than a player with the name of Gareth Bale, who has been, for many reasons, for many years, obviously considered an incredible player when he was at Real Madrid and did well. And then for the last few years, it just seems that his efficiency in attack and the idea that injuries were always an issue, and that it just doesn't seem like he's going to be any asset anymore. So this is a problem, I think, in the end for Real Madrid, because if Tottenham doesn't want him and is not interested in buying this player, obviously he's still under contract with Real Madrid, and he charges a massive 30 million euros per season. That is something we would have to pay next season, and considering that Real Madrid is asking players to take a pay cut and is interested in selling some players in order to get some money back, and is, I would say, for all intents and purposes, imposing austerity measures on the club. This is going to be a big hit for Los Blancos. The only escape, according to this article in Diario Madridista, was that the only escape could possibly be an exit to play in the United States, where he would be able to have probably a really good contract. And, the United States has a lot of great golf courses, so maybe he'll be a lot happier in the United States. But that is the news, and the sense is Tottenham doesn't want him. He will be coming back to Madrid. He still has a contract with us, and we'll see what's going to happen. But Mourinho kind of pounded his fist on the table with that move, where he gave, a 16-year-old youth player from Tottenham, the nod over Gareth Bale. So that is news that I have for now. Make sure to check back, subscribe here to Real Madrid Hub, and also follow me, of course, always at Y Nada Más Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.